Alright, so the Black Sun expansion's finally here, and of course I had to go and try Pirates first. Now, you're probably wondering why I don't have a scenario. There's been a new scenario introduced to the game. I do feel like right now would probably not be the best time to play it, because if you're doing anything like I'm doing right now, you're running a Heatwave, because every faction just got a new scenario, and I feel like Heatwave just trades really well with it. So I don't believe in playing this card if it's probably going to trade down to something like a Heatwave. However, you can do that if you like, and really it wouldn't take much to sub that into this deck. Okay, another way to do this without actually having to commit the 14 provisions to it would be putting in a little bit more thinning, maybe with some of the Heymaey Skalds, and putting in a magic compass down at AP here, so that you can basically go and you can find, the scenario off it, because it's not in your starting deck. So that's another way to do it. I feel like this deck has everything I need, and so far we're about 2440 MMR on day 1 of the patch, so it's working pretty well. The 5 games I recorded for this actual video here, we won them all, and you'll see them in sequence. Okay, so far this one precisely has 100% win rate. There are some cards that I was considering and that I tried earlier when I was streaming this deck. Knickers was good for a thin. Roach wouldn't be so bad either. I had Junod for a bit, and I really like Junod in Pirates, but it just felt like there wasn't room for everything I wanted to pull off. I wouldn't be opposed to putting something like Djenge as well, and actually wouldn't be against putting something like Hammond. The reason why I took Hammond out is because I fit in a Peller, and I felt like if I need to get around a defender or something like that, we can purify our way through it and then just punish whatever's behind it. Something I've noticed is that we do have quite a lot of tall punish with this deck. Now, there might be some matchups where Morkvarg doesn't get as much value, so you could consider putting something like a Muzzle, or you could put something like a Tyrggvi, because it has Veteran, so it plays well into King Bran. It's kind of the idea. I decided to keep King Bran in this version. I've been messing around with having it and not having it, and I found when we take Bran out, we don't have the same sort of tempo, and we want to get more value from the bronzes early on, so we're not committing golds. So because we have so many cards with Veteran, right, now with Bjorn as well, it just made sense to go in with that, get the extra points throughout the whole game. So kind of the idea here. This one's a little bit different because I teched in a Freya's Blessing. The reason why is because we are running King Bran, so we have a lot of now boosted bronze cards, but then we have the new Deranged Corsair, which is just absolutely busted. This card plays for about 14 points, 13, 14 points, right? So being able to bring one of these back with Freya's Blessing just works out quite well, and we can even bring back a second one if we need to with Fukusha. So plays really cool. It actually takes place a Herald if you think about it as well. If you're playing a Raider, you just don't have the Herald body as well. But that's pretty much it. This deck is super heavy in control. It's got pretty much an answer to everything, and I found that even though this version doesn't have Gutting Slash like I normally do, we had all the tools and the pings to deal with everything that we've been up against. So I like it for what it is, and I'm going to be posting some suggestions of considerations that I had. I mentioned a few right now. I'll be posting basically these within the description for you guys, and you guys can use your own judgment and as to what you swap out and whatnot. But to go through the deck quite quickly here, we've got Onslaught. So order damage an enemy by 3, charge 2. Whenever an enemy becomes damaged, give 1 armor to all pirates and ships in our hand. So we're going to be playing off a lot of armor with this. We have Maska Ouroboros that's going to be helping us draw a card, then discard a card, and spawn 2 crows in the melee row. We don't care as much about the crows, we do care about the discards because we're running the discard package being Coral, right? Draw a card, discard a card. When you discard a card, damage a random enemy by 2. And then this one here allows us to draw up to 2 cards and discard the same amount. So these are going to be really good tempo swings, making sure that we pull the cards that we're looking for. Of course, we have cards that are going to be payoffs to these discards, such as the Morkvarg. When this unit enters your graveyard during the round, summon it to the melee row and give it doomed. And then we have the Tuirseach Skirmishers, of course. When it's discarded, summon it to the graveyard, from graveyard to the melee row. So we have these ones that are the payoffs initially. And if we need a bit more discard, we can always take it back with the Fukusha and resurrect one of these later on. But the Bjorn now has Bloodthirst too, right? Discard a card and move self back to hand. So being able to play the Clash again feels pretty good, right? We can restack the armor on it. We can play the Clash again, get like another duel, so to speak, if you're used to that mechanic. Now, discard a card could be anything that we have, you know, that we missed. We didn't get to discard these, or something like, for example, if Pelor's not good in the matchup, or if it's early game, we don't really care to have the Invader in hand. You know, these cards can be discarded, and then this goes back in hand, we replay it. So this is why I didn't have the Triss in this version. Last one I had Triss Butterflies. I feel like this card kind of helps do something similar, so I didn't opt to have it this time around, right? So pretty much it with that. I have more thinning with raiding fleet, so give an enemy unit bleeding for 4 turns and spawn a random bronze ship from your deck. So being able to take out the on-crate longship, or being able to take out the diamond light longship, is important. Most times though, we're going to be trying to get the longships out, because these are going to be giving the pings to the opponent's cards as they play them, generating Bloodthirst and setting up this condition, but also getting armor on the stuff in hand. We want to play the diamond light longships from hand normally, because these will accumulate armor while they're in hand, but not when they're on the board. So that's why oftentimes try to hold on to these. I'll fix that. Try to hold on to these and pull the other boat from your deck with the fleet, right? We have Terror of the Seas, which is a really cool card, because this one here basically plays into the armor. So Zeal, lose all armor and damage an enemy unit by that amount. When you play a pirate, gain armor. You usually don't float this card on the board. You usually just play it from hand and then use it the turn of. There might be some instances where you feel kind of safe floating it. Maybe if it's not worth too much, maybe the armor's only 3 or 4 and you want to build a couple more, but you need something to play that turn. I'm fine with that. But if the armor's at like 10 to 15 and you're ready to do its hull punish, don't put that on the board and float it, because all we need is a lock, right? Or just some easy removal. Heatwave would be a good trade at that point. So this will take out pretty much everything. If the opponent has a really scary threat that's really tall, simple removal, right? So I like it for that reason. Talked about Freya's in the discard package and the boats. These are like staples for the deck, and having these with the crack, right? Being able to take crack early game, put a bunch of armor on our boat collection and start getting those ready for late game, or putting armor on the Bjorn or the Terror of the Seas, right? Like, this can make a big difference for our strategy, because also we're going to implement more clash when, you know, we play cards next to this. We're going to clash with the lowest power enemy units, so by buffing everything up and sticking it beside crack, we're getting clashes every single turn, plus the payoffs from, you know, whatever armor remains on the unit. So really cool stuff there. On crate raiders, just for flexibility and a value play in round 3, it's going to play for 7 points from hand, because the veteran kicks in on first round with the King brand, so it's going to be at 5 base power and then 7 by round 3 with 2 damage on order. Just a very solid value card to help chisel things down as well for removal. And then the Tuirseach Invaders are just here for the value play, because 8 points for provision round 3 is really good with Veil. They can't infuse it with anything. They can't give it bleeding. You know, it's kind of annoying actually. And you have these on the board for 8 points with a few armor. The opponent can barely even remove it. So if they're struggling for things to do and they just have specials, they might be trading down on the specials that they have. If I didn't have King Bran, I probably wouldn't be running these, but they just work so well together. An alternative, if you take out King Bran, would just be to put more discards in the sense, so that you have just a little bit more thinning, but I think this is just fine. I haven't been having issues pulling the cards that I need, so I'm really comfortable with this one here. And we'll look at it real quick. Like I said, the MMR is around 2440, give or take, after a few games played this season. So this is the version that I'm liking, 2437, and you can see 5 in a row. So before we were 4 and 4 at the end of the stream, if you check the VOD. Now we're 9 and 4, so I'm liking it so far. It's working. If you're looking to get the pro rank and you don't feel like messing around this time, just go ahead and give the deck a try. And if you enjoy the content that you see, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Guys, I'm going to be moving on to a new faction as quickly as I can, just kind of covering all the bases. This season's going to be a season worth of climbing and, you know, creativity at the same time, so bear with me here. I'm really excited to try Monster soon. The new Nilfgaard's looking pretty sweet. I like to see what Horde has for syndicates. You know, just tons of stuff. So stay tuned for that, and I'll keep you guys updated on the next stream, okay? See you soon. Alright, so first up here we got Nilfgaard Imprisonment. Did Ice just stand up? Got the one discard here. These are probably a little bit slow, right? I like the Bloodthirst 2 order, but I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off. I'm worried that if I have both of these, I won't get the discard I'm looking for. But then if I mulligan one back, then we might. We'll just deal with it for now. Maybe we actually pull into Burna, right? Okay. I would imagine that we're supposed to just go and play the boat, right? It's not a bad clash, it's just not a great clash at the same time, you know? Let's take some carryover.
Dare start with me? Fireball of the sea?
Bear in mind, we can get rid of that with crack. So they know that too. They're probably going to kill it here. Okay. I see. A lot of what I will play is going to have armor, right? I think Coral's just fine. We need to just speed it up a little bit here. Tons of discards, no discard target. Okay. Like I need... At least we have Bloodthirst 1. Maybe we can pull off the clash and then the discard. I don't like them in a long round. I don't like them in a short one either. 6 points plus whatever. We need 7 points. I think since our hand is so bad... Here. I don't want them to have this. I don't want them to have this. Our hand is so bronze. I just want to go to round 3. Probably get rid of the Peller. For now, let's just say that. They'll make boats. I'll do this now because round 3 could be really bad if we just have like 3 boats on their side of the playing field. I guess this isn't really doing much here. We'll play it for 7.
Worry not. We'll tend your ankle biters too.
That's 8-3. We have a bit more space. I don't want to take a Morkvarg or anything, right? Okay, there we go.
Gather secret.
Gotta decide if I want to just kill it or continue, you know? Feels like a pretty good place for me to pass, actually.
Onward, sons of Nilfgaard!
Seeing 15 provisions come down to nothing, it's like, yeah, okay. So we need Berna. Brand's okay here. Berna's great. Heatwave's great. How are we gonna get it? Both of these are good. This is great. Brand for 8. There we go. That's even better. Obviously, we missed a couple little things here, but it's not a huge deal.
Elevate the worthy, discard the chaff.
Grabbed the wrong boat, but it's fine. They have one more leader charge. I'm trying to think of a way that I can actually get this out. I just don't want to waste something like Freya's, you know? Maybe. Well, here's the idea. I'm thinking that they'll use leader to lock this when I bring it out. I'll play something light just until yeah, just until they play 2 cards on a row, and then I'll take the coral play because I gotta get something funneled out, right?
The senses can be fooled easily.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
It's a nightmare for me, though. They'll literally wipe my entire row time and time again if we let them. And we can't even play what we want to play there right now.
Bow before modern Freya.
I guess we still go and play this, though, really.
Beast or man makes no difference to me.
It's a good leader charge. And now we can actually just take the rain. Works out quite well, actually.
Never find peace.
Nice. Okay. Good. Long as they don't lock the coral, we just get a lot of points here. We have everything I think we need. So I can probably just chuck whatever we pull into.
Cursed into an urchin.
I hate nothing more than a creaky door.
I see. We've got, we don't have 3 cultists, okay. Probably just go for the easier way, right? Just kill this off so we can get the Brathens.
From the sky it will descend, death and destruction.
There's a chance that I can pull a discard. This is only a boost by 1. So I feel like this is probably like the worst. You know what I mean? Just unlock everything else. Should be just fine. We lose 1 point instead of potentially more.
Tis merely an illusion. Though granted, strong and
Holy.
skillfully imposed.
I feed the water.
We shall do it my way.
It's still Morkvarg by the looks of it. He wave off the 8. Yeah, I guess.
We'll turn to see red.
Just take that. We gotta hope they go tall with this one here.
Sometimes I've had enough.
I can get rid of 6. Okay. Alright, so we got hand buff coming up here next, and I've been seeing a lot of Renfrey. But it looks like their deck has 25 cards. So it's probably not this time. We got a 1 discard off stratagem. This is not very good here. Utility, we can afford to play one because we get one back. Tall punish. The second tall punish is okay. But I want to be able to play in a little bit more, so I'm thinking I'm supposed to dump one of these for now, but maybe we'll just get another card, right? So maybe not. I think I just leave it. If we take this now, we probably won't see it again, so it's one of those things. I think I'm supposed to play boat just how it is, and start getting the engines going. And then we could do the whole, like, crack thing after the fact. Okay.
I see victory for you.
How do I push them out without really pushing them out? I think we take this. There we go. It's a nice way to do it.
Let's not get in the way of the axe.
I want to make it hard for them to play in, you know? They lock a boat. Good tech, I guess. Could take a carryover play here.
For Skellige's glory!
If anything, it's the Corsair. We take it. Yeah. Do some damage and then have it. I'm pretty sure we gotta make these premium. It's like the only card, right? And this one. Okay. And this one.
I will not let this become a second Sodden.
It's a waste of putting this beside crack if it's hitting this.
Blood on the sails, thunder on the seas.
Okay. Good, good, and good. Well, we can mulligan back that. Whole hand's great. Obviously these would be nuts, but we gotta decide. They have a lock tech. A little thin. I just gotta decide if I want to play in. We have a turn or two to figure it out. I just don't want to spend 2 strong cards if I will pass.
Not afraid? You should.
9 and 7. I've got like 6 free points here, you know? And we can build this up. So if we get in trouble, we're sort of saved by this, you know? Okay, so let's see if we can get a snipe in. 50-50 here. Nope.
Just one more circle.
I'm gonna say that's what we're supposed to do. I don't think we need utility kills anymore with leader. I think we just need to get rid of that value play. It's playing for a lot of points, plus they have the order on it.
Who watches the watchers?
That's fine. Take this one here. Infuse. It's gotta hit it, right? On 3 pings. There you go. Most of what I have I like. And most of what we're pulling into is not that great. I think last say is important. 6 here. Maybe dwarves. 7, 3. It's not a bad Morkvarg if we're looking to wipe. Still have 2, right? Heatwave will come in clutch, but this is building. Less 3 brings them down to 3. They're gonna have to start playing point slams. We got the invader. Yeah, I think we play one more turn. Turn the barricade off. There we go.
Your skull will make a fighting tanker.
Sharpen the bolts, boys!
Starting deck 25 units, so they have 25 cards being all 25 units. So I guess that's what we're up against here. We're less 1, that's where we get out, because all the hand buff's going to be coming out soon.
Let's get this over with.
That's a high provision spend. I like it though. Makes sense to have the card. They won't get much value in this matchup, except for that. We just pull into all good stuff. Okay. I'd like to have this. Okay, well, I can risk it because this discards, right? One chariot and that. If they have another chariot, it's a problem. clash it.
Bears haunt the seas.
Easy clash, right? I need Bloodthirst 2. Oh, they're gonna lock it. Kind of wish I'd Peller at this point. Well, then it's gonna be... That's gotta be. If I overkill... King Brand's safe to play. I think we just King Brand here.
Table, and let's drink.
They already played the Geralt, right? I'm worried about Skags. And that.
Folk can be just as treacherous as the sea.
Okay. Not really the best terrain, but it is what it is, right? They'll definitely go taller than 14. Yeah, we just take up one big heat wave at the end. Here, just dump that. Okay, so it's gonna be... It's gotta be a huge Skags. So let's make them not really have a good removal target, right? Skags gets rid of an 8, I'm guessing. That's just the heat wave on the... There we go. Alright, so we got Overwhelming Hunger coming up here next. This can't be classic Death Wish. Round 1 Freya's, maybe not. I think I might need to Purify Defender and Heatwave something, so we keep that one in mind. We actually have our discards in this round 1. 2 of these feel really good, except they proc Death Wish, so maybe not both. Clash, I want to start building that up and just having that available, you know? Most of this hand just feels playable. We got the carryover play here. Maybe we save that for later. Yeah, that's a bit better. I'm concerned that they might have Maruna. Taking the long ship could be really bad for me. Like, I could play around it by playing Mask. You know, I don't think I'm supposed to. I think we just leave it like that. Like, if they want to go take Maruna leader, and it's that kind of Death Wish, I just don't think it matters. Looks like bye to me. Yeah. Okay. How do we remove that ASAP? 2-4, probably.
I can do a great deal more.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, we have everything we need. I'm thinking it's other kind of Death Wish. I don't think I need Peller anymore. Little Patched AV. Patched AV. The audacity. You just play that sucker from hand. What? Is this a trap? For 14 provisions, I'm willing to take that risk. Pro rank. So we got Nilfgaard, Double Cross coming up here next. I feel like I'm not supposed to play the Corsairs in this game. If anything, Bran goes back for now. We've got one. That there. It's kind of weak to play from hand right away. Alright, fine. Low tempo. That's good. That's good. We're taking 50-50 on the boat. Either way, I want the thin, and I don't think they'll benefit much from that boat more than they would the other one, of course, right? We'll just use this boat to build up better value for this boat, essentially. I'd almost be willing to self-ping. It's too bad you couldn't. You could probably save crack for round 3. Okay. See if we can hit the back once we actually get damage so we get the armor. Nice.
Nothing like some overseas plunder and spring.
Let's cool off the boat, simply. I think Crack's a bit much of a spend, but if I don't play him, I'm going to lose the opportunity to pad my stuff up here. Less 1 brings him down to 9, puts me up to 17. I think I have a chance to just sort of think about it. 9, 8, 7, yeah.
Inside now.
I guess I'm seeing the provisions now. It's kind of worth it. And we don't have to worry about one boat, because pretty much everything we play is going to have armor at this point. Okay, that's easy for me. We ping that out of the way. And then we've got 4, I guess, that we remove.
Women, children, elders.
There we go.
Spare none.
They haven't taken Calviet yet, so it tells me maybe they don't have it in hand, or they're just waiting because they think we have like a Tyrggvi. Bribery with the 5. Watch them roll Fukusha. Okay. Yeah. Good thing 3's the lowest, because that would go back in their hand. That'd be so nuts. They'd get the assimilate proc on it and the value from it. That's absolutely crazy. There's the leader.
Your descendants, my beloved.
There's the boat.
Sacrifices the Melusi, one and all.
26, 22, less 2. Let's just put, play that.
All these signs mean but one thing.
27, 28, okay. Willing to spend this for real. Like, I don't think it's gonna do a whole lot for me late game, especially because we have leader. They haven't given any sort of spying yet. 2 armor on the back row. Maybe we actually just pass here. They play it's going to be expensive. Bribery's out of the way already.
I will not have you gaze at me so.
Do they have anything? Oh, they do. That's actually brilliant.
We'll follow you always into the fair.
If I take damage here, kill that.
Lost spirit devoid of name, depart now our veil of pain.
Less 2 potentially. Fukusha last card. We'll see what they've got. Terra Nova.
None of you to sit back and do nothing.
Fukusha's kind of expensive, guys. I'm not just going to throw 14 provisions on a pass. I think I'm just going to let him have it. Let's dunk this away. It's kind of scary to think about it. If they... Oh, wow.
I forgive you. This time.
Let's hope we get some discard. There we go.
Queen of Skellige.
Let's not get in the way of the axe.
I guess they figure they spend so much that they have to push. So we can defend now. That's going to be for a boat, right? Yeah.
Laid eyes on a conception of such grandeur.
Fukusha. Could be yen though, right? We kind of want to play around yen. Maybe just take a heat wave. Because if I give them Fukusha, I think I just lose to Fukusha. Since it's short round, we'll probably take crack for points. I think we dump that still because the value it brings. Here. Now it's not crack anymore. Now it's a discard. Yeah. Here, we know what we're gonna play. I want to at least have one target to hit. There's the yen, okay. Kind of looks like a float the boat type situation, doesn't it? It's not worth that much, actually, so... If we could just remove everything they play, we should just be fine. At least we got that out of the way. Let's see. Fukusha.
Sacrifices must be made on both sides.
I'm just wondering if I actually... Maybe I should have actually just taken that first. Nah. No. Let's not play into the hype here. Get the value back. King Brand's looking pretty nice. And just 8 points is fine. We have 1 leader charge.
The senses can be fooled easily.
I don't see an answer to this. They're going to get the 2 that they're looking for. I think we're still just playing... This has armor on it, so...
Resist the God's will, and that's how we'll end you.
There we go. I like that better. Killed. We just win. We slam down 11. So cool how the board gets the sand over it.
Look behind
Yeah.
you. Oh,
That'll just do it.
just one look.
Alright, so we got Royal Inspiration here coming up next. We can Purify Resilience if that's the play, right? I don't have anything to discard. So we probably put this back for now. 2 boats aren't bad. I think 2 boats are a bit better than having the Invader. Okay, not bad. We have a bunch of engines. Sort of give Bloodthirst while they're trying to get Grace.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
I think I could just... Whenever you play a unit boosted by 1. See, that kind of takes away from the strat, doesn't it? I feel like it's gotta be... You gotta be doing something here, you know?
What I see, not on any maps.
It's the boost all that's kind of scary, because they literally can go, take tactical advantage, and get just like a whole boost. I made all the cards in the deck that I was missing premium before this game, trying to make it, you know, sweet.
Long live Qcento.
Okay, that's not a big deal, I guess. Gotta get that bloodthirst too.
Left, right, left, right.
Do I ever just hit it? Damage the highest power. It goes back to hand anyways, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like a one more turn, just wait type thing, you know?
Feed our foes to the crabs while they still live.
And a Stranger's annoying. Four, 3. But then it would take leader. I think it's just a heat wave, honestly. Plays for too many points. I already used the one leader, so I don't want to use both.
Axe or mace, sir.
Good. Let's get this one going. Gotta make a choice. Peller can go. That's just assuming they have Vandergrift. Otherwise, Corsair can go, which is like maybe the play. Because I can bring it back, right? This will be their pass, I'm sure.
To arms!
No rat will escape my hook.
Start chipping away at this one here.
Attention! Present arms!
If I don't see Vandergrift, I gotta do something about gotta do something about the Peller, because like I want this back for later. I wouldn't mind it. playing off a lot of bronzes.
Treacherous witch!
Yeah, I think we kill it. Look, because then we can chuck the Purify like I wanted to. That's kind of what I was worried about, right?
I'm never short on stamina.
The wind is all we left of the gods.
So we got these two echoes with this and this. That's a fair amount of provisions spent, mostly on tutors. I did a few things myself.
To the invaders!
We get a huge order here, right? Let's see, Berna. There we go. Short round Fukusha play is going to be huge. I just think we need to get out the leader and all that, so we'll try.
So be it.
That's going to call for Amphibious. Scenario here. Honestly, if they're pulling scenario, then they have to play, I would say, I think I'm still supposed to keep things the way they are. I've got a lot of gold cards left in the deck. Let's just take the pass here. Hopefully we have to get Amphibious out of the way. Fukusha into Morkvarg short round 3 is going to be massive if we could pull it.
Longsword, backsword, arming sword, bastard sword.
So they got to use leader. Okay. So they save Amphibious plus the 1 charge. We get the card advantage. I think that's fine. Okay, so how many boats do we have left? We put this one back. Fukusha, perfect. And any more discard stuff? No. I think this goes for now just to be safe. That's perfect. I think if we can't win with this hand, the deck's not good. Because whatever they go tall on, we're going to answer here, I think. This was Death Wish Lock. Play the bronze. We've got... I think I have to go and try and take that here.
She brooks no insult.
If we can get 2 out of 3, nice.
When I think of my father, I feel an urge to kill.
Kind of works out because they have the 1 point per turn boost right there. And then we're just going to give it bleeding. I think we have to do something like that.
Lay down, my lady. I shall be with you shortly.
Just play this.
Resisting God's will, and that's how we'll end you.
Again, it's looking like Morkvarg off the Fukusha. I think that's just the play. Get the boost by 2. Heatwave off an 8. 5, 15. This is okay.
Sit at my table and let's drink.
Yeah. Fukusha into Mork.
You shall never find peace.
There we go.